Hello, everybody. This is the AFL Yank back here again, in time for another round of AFL tipping. And for this round, in round 8, I completely went perfect for the first time ever. I got a complete 9 out of 9 tips correct. For the first time ever, I have done this competition for at least the past 2 years, because I used to do my own tipping on my own, but obviously I started this tipping comp in 2021, and this is the first time I've gone a full perfect 9 out of 9. It's the first time it has ever happened. So yeah, the tips I got right, obviously Lions beat Carlton. I know a lot of people tipped Carlton to win that game, but yeah, I was actually not surprised at all, because I think Brisbane have been in fantastic form as of late, and I think they're going to make a great push for finals. Richmond beat the West Coast Eagles, even despite how bad they've both been. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that the Eagles, they're just too bad to defeat a team like the Tigers. Geelong beat the Crows. The Cats are in absolutely hot form as of right now, and they are doing fantastic. And then Melbourne beat the Gold Coast Suns, despite the fact the Suns actually played a really contested game. And then the Western Bulldogs beat GWS in a very contested game as well at Manuka Oval, but due to the factor that the Giants seemed to struggle at Manuka, yeah, it made me tip them. And then Freo beat Hawthorn in a pretty much smackdown of a game for the most part. A 69-point margin, the biggest one this week. Yeah, just Hawthorn are really bad at the moment. Like, any team could beat them pretty badly. Port beat Essendon in a very close game, although Essendon was pretty competitive throughout most of it. Me tipping against the Swans paid off well, as the Pies ended up beating the Swans, even though Sydney actually did play a better game in 3 quarters, but unfortunately they just couldn't finish it. And finally, St Kilda beat North Melbourne in a very low pointage contested game that was under 100 points, but despite that, Saints were still able to get the job done. So yeah, that's I'm very happy with how things have turned out. It's pretty amazing to do this. It's amazing. My time has finally come. But yeah. Nonetheless, let's get to my round 9 tips. Let's do this. Hopefully we can get back-to-back perfect rounds. That'd be amazing. It'd be so amazing for it to happen again, man. So, yeah. So, at the MCG, the Friday night game, there's going to be 2 Friday night games separately at the same time. Geelong versus Richmond. The Tigers, of course, coming off a big win against the West Coast Eagles, although the Eagles are basically decimated right now, going against the Cats. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind I'm going Geelong here. Just the Cats are just too damn good at the moment. So yeah, I'm going to go Geelong to have a massive, massive game. They should dominate this game. I'm going to say they win by a 74-point margin. See, I got the Cats winning by 74 points against the Tigers. I just think they're going to be too hot for a team like Richmond to compete against. And then at Optus, it's the West Coast Eagles versus the Gold Coast Suns. Yeah, no doubts about it. The Suns are going to win this game. Like any team facing the Eagles, they should have a dominant game against any side at the moment. Like, the Eagles are just so bad at the moment. So I'm going to go a 64-point margin. It should be a big win for the Suns. They should get the job done. And yeah. And now kicking off the Suns. Just purely based on the fact of how bad the Eagles are at the moment, like, the Suns should win. No doubts about it. And then next, the Saturday games to kick it off at the SCG. It is the Swans versus Frio. Yeah, the Swans not really good at the moment. They've had a very, very sluggish form. They've won one out of their last. They've won one out of their last 6 games, which was the Tigers game, and yeah, it's just super disappointing at the moment. But yeah. The Swans have been obviously dealing with tons of injuries and stuff. It's pretty frustrating. It's a pretty frustrating situation at the moment. And for Frio, they've been a very mixed bag at the moment. Like, there's moments when they play alright, but then others where they just completely fall apart. But I will say they had a great game against Gold Coast last week. And I feel like they could be pretty competitive in this game. I think Frio have a good chance in this game, especially against the Swans outfit that has been dealing with tons of injuries, and yeah, lots of players have not been in great form. I mean, look at McCartan and stuff, and yeah, it's a very sluggish situation. But even with my compliments for Frio, I think the Swans should get the job done. They should get this done. Although, if I do have a second thought, I might go Frio. But at the moment, I will go Swans. They should get the job done. But, I mean, they've had tons of problems as of late. I'll say the Swans get the job done by 22 points. Although it's not going to do much for their chances for the 8 as of right now. I really don't think they have a shot for top 4. I mean, they have to win out the rest of their games this season. They really have to. But I mean, anything is possible. I mean, it's still possible of happening. But it's just the Swans are not in a great spot at the moment. Like, they've had so many problems. But even with that, hopefully they can get the situation figured out, hopefully. I mean, to play a team like Collingwood is not going to be really the best way to get another win. So, yeah. And then at Blundstone Arena in Tasmania, there's no doubts about it. Port Adelaide are going to win this game. Just North are so bad at the moment. Just absolutely atrocious. So I'm going to go a 51-point win for Port Adelaide. They should get the job done. They're really good right now. They're in pretty good form at the moment. So yeah. Like, just them being in better form than North at the moment, like, it'll really get them over the edge. So yeah. And then after that, at the MCG, we have the matchup at the MCG for Saturday, Hawthorn versus Melbourne. Yeah, no doubts about it. Melbourne are going to dominate this game. They should get the job done. Hell, I'm going to say they get the job done by over 100 points. Heck, I say that I feel like they can get the job done by 100 points. I think it's really possible because Hawthorn are also super bad at the moment. See, I'm gonna tip the D's to win by over 100. First time I've done it in a long time. And then the Saturday night game. The two Saturday night games. The first one is gonna be at the Gabba, Brisbane Lions versus Essendon. Yeah, no doubts about it. I'm going Lions here. They should get the job done with them being alone at home. They've been amazing this season. They've been absolutely amazing. Essendon have also been a pretty solid side, but I just feel like but I just feel like the Lions are going to be too strong for them to handle. I'm going to say a 48-point win for the Brisbane Lions in a game they should win. And then at Marvel Stadium, it is Carlton versus the Western Bulldogs. The Blues, they've been a very, very mixed bag at the moment. And for the Doggies, they've also been a mixed bag. Like, both sides are pretty much in similar form at the moment. But I'm actually going to go an upset here. I think the Doggies can actually sneak a win here. Like, just with the struggles Carlton have had this year, I would not be surprised if we saw Doggies win. I would not be surprised at all. See, I'm going to tip the Doggies to win in a close one. I'm going to say 11 points. I think they can actually get it done. I think it's really possible for them to make a shocking upset win. It's a bold statement here, but I think it's possible. And next is the Sunday games. We're going to have two of them. The first one at Adelaide Oval, it's the Crows versus St. Kilda. Oof, this one's going to be a tough one to decide, to be honest. Because I think St. Kilda have a good chance of maybe of getting a good win here. This one's a tough one to decide on, to be honest. Like, really. I mean, the Crows are in form. They're in really good form at the moment. And St. Kilda, they're obviously off to a hot start to the season. And they're still really mounting that pressure pretty well. But regardless, facing a team stronger than North Melbourne, it's really going to come at a compliment. And honestly, with that, I'm going to go Crows here. I think they should get the job done, being at home and all that. I feel like they can get it done. I'll say they win by 14 points. I think it's really possible for them to do it. So, yeah. Gonna go Crows. And finally, at the MCG, it is Collingwood versus the GWS Giants. No surprises here. Going Collingwood. There's no way GWS upset them. So yeah, they should win this by a big margin. I'll say a 44-point win margin for Collingwood. They are the best team in the league right now. I mean, they've had some scares, some teams like from the Crows and stuff, and obviously the Swans last week, but yeah, I just think Collingwood are going to be too good for a team like GWS to handle. I mean, don't get me wrong, upsets are possible of happening, but just a team like Collingwood, just a team for Collingwood at the moment to drop a game like that, I don't think it's possible. I just think they're going to be too good for the Giants to handle, and I'm sorry. I just woke up about an hour ago, but yeah, Collingwood, they should get the job done. There's no doubt in my mind. They should get it done. And yeah, that will do it for my tips this round. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe and all that goodness. Continue to give me some good support. And here's hoping that I have another perfect round. That will be absolutely amazing. I know it's unlikely to happen, but still think about what could happen. Like, anything possible is just amazing to think about. So, yeah. Alright. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the AFL Yank signing out. Bye, everyone. And also, Corin the Swannies.